Hello, my little mathematicians. Today we're going to review graphing and then introduce reflecting across the x and y axis. So first off, you should already know how to do the top. So go ahead and try the top warm up and then, so pause the video, try it, and then unpause it and come back and check. All right, so you unpaused it. Now let's see how you did. The opposite of 5 is negative 5, and the opposite of negative 8 is just 8. So when you take the opposite, if it was positive, it becomes negative. If it was negative, it becomes positive. Not like the absolute value. Whatever you take the absolute value of is positive. All right, moving on to graphing. Remember that first number is the x value and the second number is the y value. The x is along this horizontal axis. It tells you to move right or left. So if it's positive, you move right. If the first number is negative, you move left, kind of just like a number line. Here's 0, positives are to the right, and negatives are to the left. The second number tells you to move up or down along this vertical axis. So again, here's 0. If it's positive, you move up that many, and if the second number is negative, then you move down that many. So here, sometimes it helps if people like focus on just this and they're like, oh, it's negative, so left, it's positive, so right, positive, so right, negative, so left, positive, so right, and then nothing. And then this one's up or down. So since it's positive, we're going to go up. It's negative, so down, nothing, negative, so down, positive, so up, and negative, so down. Some people like just doing that at the beginning. They focus on like just the x's first, the right or left, and then just the y's, the up or down, and then that kind of helps them. Or you can just jump right in. But if you find yourself messing up a lot, I recommend doing that little trick right there. Okay, so for the first one, I'm going to move left, 1, 2. Remember, you don't actually start counting until you physically move. This is where negative 1 is. So if it helps, you can draw little loops. Okay, there's negative 1, negative 2, and then up 1, 2, 3. Okay, again, you don't start counting until you physically move. There's point A. Okay, if you think that you messed up on some, you might want to go back, pause, check, and then come back. Okay, so you checked, you unpaused it, you're back with us. Let's move 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right and down 1. And I'm going to label that point B. Then I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right and up nothing. So that's point C. The next one is left, 1, 2, 3, and down 1. That's point D. Okay, and then right, 1, 2, 3, and up 1, 2, 3, 4. That's point E. Finally, the last one, you move right or left, nothing, and then down 1, 2. So that's exactly on the y-axis. There you go. Okay, for this one, this time I'm telling the coordinate point. Here they gave me the coordinate point and I plotted it. This time they gave me the point, and I'm going to say what it is. So find A, it's here. They moved 1, 2, 3 to the right and down, so negative 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, B, they moved left 1, 2, 3, 4 and up just 1. C was right 1, 2 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D was to the left 1, 2, 3, so negative 3, and then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E was to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up or down nothing. So it's just 5, 0. Okay, and then finally F moved right or left nothing, so X is 0, and up 1, 2. The other thing they asked is for us to say which quadrant it was in. Well, remember that this whole thing is called a coordinate plane. So I like to draw a big giant C for coordinate plane. And then I just trace that C, and that tells me the quadrants. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, and that's quadrant 4. Okay, so now A, very obvious, it's in 4. B, right here, is in quadrant 2. C, right there, is in 1. D is right here in 3. E is right there on the x-axis. And F is right there on the y-axis. There you go. Hopefully you got all those right. Now, we're going to move on to our new concept of reflecting. Reflecting is basically taking a point and flipping it over an axis. So it's like a mirror image. And we're either going to flip it over the x or over the y-axis. So speaking of what's helpful, a lot of people make mistakes because they're not paying attention to the directions of which axis to reflect over. So the x-axis, is that the horizontal or vertical? Hopefully you said the horizontal. So go ahead and highlight that horizontal axis right here. Okay, and then the next one, we're going to reflect over the y-axis. It seems lame, but at the same time, it really helps you zero in and make sure you're doing it across the correct axis. Thank me later. Okay, so now let's go back and let's actually plot each point. So I have to the left, 1, 2, and up, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's point A. This one is right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 1. That's point B. This one is over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up nothing. That's point C. So that's nothing new. That's just us plotting the point. The reflecting part is I want to see how far is this point from this line. It's 1, 2, 3 away. So then go 1, 2, 3 away this way and put that it's the mirror image. So I put A to the I because this A is the image of the original A. It's as if I just reflected it over the x-axis, or I flipped it. So again, how to do that, all you do is you just count how far is it from that line and then go the same distance in the opposite direction. So how far is B from the x line? It's only 1 away. So go 1 away that way. And then there's your image of B. Now C, how far away is C from the x line? It's 0 away. It's directly on it. So for this one, the reflection is the same as the original. So there isn't actually a reflection for this one. The reflection and the image are exactly the same. Okay, last ones. If you want to try, you can, but let's do one together. Okay, so first it says left 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 1. Now, last time we would have said, oh, it's 1 away from this line, but are we reflecting it over the x-axis? No, this time we're reflecting it over the y-axis, and that's why highlighting it before you start is helpful, so then it draws attention that I want to know how far it is from this line. It's 1, 2, 3 away, so go 1, 2, 3 away this way, and that's the image of D over there. Okay, see if you can do numbers 9 and 10. All right, you unpause the video, you're back with us, and hopefully you went 1, 2, 3 to the right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and labeled that as point E. And then to get your image or reflection point, it's 1, 2, 3 away. So go 1, 2, 3 away this way, and there's your image of the original E. Okay, this one you went over nothing and down 1, 2. That's point F. And then this one, just like last time, you can't graph the image because or you would say it's exactly the same. Okay. And there you go. You just learned your new lesson of reflecting over the X and Y axis and hopefully got a little bit more comfortable with graphing at the same time. Congratulations, my little mathematicians, at mastering yet another concept.